Welcome to this video. My name is Frederick, and in today's video I'll give you a complete step-by-step guide on how you can go ahead and start and scale your own digital marketing agency here in 2024. Because over the last 12 months I've actually helped more than 150 beginners go out and sign their first paying client. I also run my own agency where I scale digital products. So I think this will be a pretty cool video. My only goal with this video is that you actually understand the agency model, you see the benefits, you understand service delivery, how to find clients, client acquisition, outreach, all of these things. So it will maybe be a bit of a boring video sometimes, but hey, this is what you need in order for you to go out and start your own business, okay? So the setup is simple. I'll explain all the most important stuff here in the camera, and then I also have the complete guide on the screen right here, as you can see. So what I'll do is that I'll switch between the main camera here and also the step-by-step guide on the screen, and then hopefully we'll get a pretty cool video here so that you can go ahead and start and scale your own agency. I'll give you all the sauce that you need in order for you to go out and see success, okay? So let's go over to the computer and then dive into today's agenda. All right, basically today we will go over everything that you need. So I'm assuming that you're either a beginner or you're just starting out with your own entrepreneurial journey. Maybe you've started an agency before, but you haven't quite seen the success. Okay, so this is today's agenda. Before we dive into the agenda, just let me show you my student results really quick. A lot of people can say that they've helped 150 people. I've actually helped 150 people start and scale their own agency, okay? This page is very long, infinite. There's some trophies, there's a lot of wins. So just wanted to get that out of the way. But hey, this is not why you're here. You're not here to see me brag about my student, right? You're here because you want to start and scale your own digital marketing agency, and this will be the step-by-step guide, the only thing that you'll ever need to watch in order for you to start your agency, okay? We will go over how to build your foundations. We'll go over how you can pick your niche, what to look for, and what to go ahead and work with. Then we'll go over service delivery. I've taken a few different services that you can kind of like learn and use for your clients so that you hopefully can serve them well so that they'll stick around. Then of course, when you understand the service and have your niche, you have your foundations in place, we can start diving into client acquisition and outreach. We'll go over sales, and then I'll show you how to report back to your client to make sure that you are proactive so that the client actually stays around. We'll go over a few different resources that I'll give access to you. If you just DM me on Instagram and I'll send you the entire thing, okay? Here's my Instagram. We'll also dive into the foundations and how I've set up this profile so that it converts. We have the tool called Close Script for sales, and then the full onboarding process for clients, okay? So that is basically the agenda today, okay? This is everything that we'll go through step by step, okay? And as I said, it will maybe be a little bit boring for you, because what a lot of other people do, and I've seen some of these videos, is that they just give you scripts and templates, and then it's kind of like just go out and duplicate it and then do it yourself. In my opinion, it's kind of the wrong approach. My only success in this online business world comes from me perfecting the fundamentals, because 80% of your business is fundamentals. It's like a pyramid, or it's like when you build a house. If you have a really strong foundation, you can build a very cool house or an extremely tall pyramid. But if your foundation is very shaky and not well built, then your house will eventually fall. So my goal with this is for you to really understand the core things in an agency. In my opinion, an agency is the coolest business model ever because it teaches you everything from marketing, sales, client, how to handle teammates, how to, like, basically everything that you need in order to like succeed in the world of business, whether you want to go out and do sales or work corporate, or of course run your own business. That's why you're here. So this video will focus a lot on the fundamentals, a lot on the foundation, so that you can fully understand it, because I know for a fact that if you fully understand this, then you'll succeed. But if you don't quite understand how valuable the service is, or if you don't quite understand communication when reaching out to clients, or if you don't understand sales, then you will never succeed with this thing. So understand that it's going to take some time, it's going to be a bit boring, maybe you'll have to rewatch it again, but my goal for this video is for you to really understand this, okay? Just remember when you were back in school, if you had to do a presentation on something you weren't quite sure of, then the presentation went super bad, right? But if you had to do a presentation on your favorite subject, on a thing that you loved, on a thing that you were passionate about, a thing that you understood down to the last like small bits, the presentation went amazing. Same thing when you're running a business. If you understand it, you can sell it, and then you can get paid, and you can deliver amazing results for your clients, and then you can scale your agency. And that is my only goal. All right, let's get into the building the foundations, which is just like for you to set everything up so that you can actually go out and start and scale your own agency. Okay. As I said, the number one focus for this video is that you understand everything, but also efficiency, and for me to give you as much value as possible in the shortest time frame. Very simple, right? Because foundations in an agency can be many things. What many people think of is that you should go out and create a logo, a business email, buy a domain, and spend hours on creating a website. But we don't want to spend a lot of time on that, right? Because it drives no revenue. A lot of agency owners get it wrong. They spend all of their time on the wrong stuff in the beginning, then they complain about getting no results, and then they delay their time horizon, and then they stop because they haven't gotten any results. The main thing for me is that we want to focus on things that drives revenue, okay? Because the only thing that clients really care about is value. And the value is that you make them more money, you save them time, or in general, you just help their business by solving the problems that they have. That is how you make money with an agency. Super, super simple. So the only foundations that we'll be setting up is our social accounts, mainly just our Instagram, because that is what I've seen work the best for coaches. You can also, LinkedIn also works wonders. Of course, email is also decent, but I don't want to confuse you too much with too many different methods, so we'll just go ahead and focus on Instagram, okay? So for client acquisition later on, we will be using Instagram. That is why we solely focus on this. So let's dive into my Instagram, and I'll explain you how you can also set up your account and why I've set mine up the way that I've set it up, okay? So this is my Instagram. First of all, people read your Instagram like they read a book. And we have to understand that this is the only thing that people will ever know about you. Like, they don't know how cool of a guy or girl you are, your resumes, your cases, how good you are with communication, how good your service is. The only thing people will ever know is what they see from your Instagram, okay? And you can use this to your advantage. This means that even though you don't have a lot of experience or a lot of clients, you can still make your Instagram look in a way where it's like, damn, this guy knows what's up. Like, he looks super, super smart. So we understand that people read it like a book. So, of course, name, then your bio is super important. You have to see if you can kind of like in one sentence describe what you help people with or what pain you remove from people. We'll get into that in the niche, don't worry. Just like I have here. This is what I do. I help people with no experience make $5,000 a month learning one skill. Then social proof. I've done it with more than 150 people. And here's what people should do if they want to learn more. You should structure your bio the same way. Okay? Then if you have story highlights, throw them in there. It's not really the main thing. The main thing is the pinned post. Instagram made this feature, and it's basically just, hey Frederick, what would you like to show to people that visits your profile? And these are the things that I want to visit. We have to understand that people do business with people. So when people trust me, then they trust the things that I can do, right? If you trust me, then you'll invest into my mentorship. If you don't trust me, then you'll never buy anything from me. So you have to understand that build your Instagram in a way that where it showcases trust. And the best way to do so is just by showing off your life, who you are as a person, what kind of values you have, what you spend your time on, and the things that you can do. Right, so here's my team, my grandma, my girlfriend, me, some friends and colleagues, and trophies that I've sent out to my students. Right, here's my partner Jeppe, me hosting a presentation at a mastermind, me with my team, running, happy, team. Again, it's just lifestyle, right? Gym, take care of yourself, blah blah blah, workplace. And this is super, super simple. You can easily go ahead and set this up. You can go to a coffee shop. You can take some pictures if you run or go to the gym. You can take some pictures with friends or family, because these pictures will show that you're actually a real person, okay? And then if you want to, you can dive into content. You don't need to post content of yourself. It took me about a year when I starting my agency that I started posting content. I wish I would have done it earlier, but it's very uncomfortable to post videos of yourself. But now I've done it for quite a long time. And it works amazing, because just by people clicking this, they can hear my voice, they can see my face, they can see that I'm a real guy, they can hear me speak about the things that I'm passionate about. And all of these things just build trust. And trust is what we need in order for this to work. Because you literally have to understand a business owner will have a problem in their business, and then suddenly a stranger is sending them a message saying that they can help them. So you imagine how crazy that is, right? A random person sends you a message saying that they can help you, but the only way that you'll ever get in touch or talk to this person is if you trust them, and if the person is interesting, and if they look like a real person that genuinely wants to help you out. So that is very, very important to understand. Okay, so foundations, just set up your Instagram in a nice way, and then you'll see your reply rate skyrocket, and you'll get a lot more interested people in the things that you can do. So please, please, please focus on that. Okay, that is it for setting up your Instagram. Okay, cool. Next thing that we'll go over is picking your niche. Okay, again, we don't want to overcomplicate things, so instead of you going out and finding a ton of different niches, I'll just show you what the niche that my students work with, and then we'll kind of like go over what is a good niche, what to look for, and also the pain problems that I see in this niche, and because I've worked with this niche for 2 years, so that you can go out and do the exact same thing. Okay, so a great niche is important, right? And if you look at this model right here, this is basically me trying to showcase what a good niche is in just 3 simple things. Okay, so first of all, the niche is the group of people that you work with. Okay, they must have money. Like if they don't have money, they can't invest into your service, and then the rest doesn't really matter. Then of course they also must have a business that can be scaled, which means that they can bring on more clients. They don't have a ceiling to how much money they can make in their business, so they can handle more revenue, which means that they are happy to pay you to generate more revenue. Okay, and then of course they must have problems that you can actually solve with your service, or else it doesn't really matter. Like if they could have a major problem, but if you can't solve it, then they'll never pay you. Okay, and the cool thing is that I want you to work with digital products. That is what I teach. That is the area of like target group of people that I want you to work with. Because we have to understand why digital product is so good. They have high margins, which means that they keep most of the money that they make. It's a growing industry. It is set to 4 or 5x over the next few years. The online education industry. Okay, and these coaches and consultants, they have no clue how to do marketing. They are really good at what they do, but they have no clue on how to actually acquire clients through social media, which is what we will be doing for them. And it's typically just them or one employee in their business, which means that they don't really have a marketing team in place that you have to come in and compete with. It's literally just going to be you, which is, in my opinion, the perfect client. Okay, and I did the research on why they have a lot of problems in their business and what they are looking for in an agency, so that you don't have to do the research. So we have to understand that most coaches on digital products, they lack a volume of quality leads. Simple as that. Okay, they simply don't have enough qualified people that they can sell their service to, because they don't know how to run an online acquisition system. So that is the offer and approach that I want you to have. And I'll show you how to solve that problem in the service delivery level, which is coming up here, okay? Because this is really just the main thing, right? Just understand that these coaches have no idea how to generate leads online. You can come in and you can do that for them, and then they pay you for your time, all right? Let me just look at my notes here. And that is super simple, okay? Perfect. Next level is service delivery, but I just wanted to touch a bit more on the niche and the approach that we have, because it looks so simple, right? It's like, but there's people and they lack customers, and you bring customers and they pay you. And that is literally it. I don't want you to overcomplicate an agency, because what a lot of people do is that they stress about too many things inside of their business, where in reality, you just have to understand that people struggle with the fact that they don't make enough money in their business. They don't know how to make more money in their business, because we have to understand that if people knew how to create more money in their business through social media, for example, they would have done it. So you as an agency, you can come in, and if you have a predictable system and a great service delivery, you can solve that problem. And because you solve that problem and you generate them more money, then they pay you for your time, because it's cheaper for them to pay you than to go out and pay a full-time employee. And most of the time you can also work on performance. I'll get into that. But it's super simple. So we shouldn't really overcomplicate this thing, okay? The next thing that I want to touch upon now is service delivery. So we have to understand now that we've set up our foundation on Instagram, we know that we work with coaches and consultants and people that sell a digital product. And now it's very important that you understand the service. Because if you understand the way that you can help these people, it is also a lot easier for you to sell it because you know the value that it brings to the table. Most of the people that I see, they don't fully understand how much they can help these businesses. So they don't really, you can't feel it when you talk to them or in their outreach or on the sales calls. But understand that I've used this service, I've used these systems to generate millions of dollars in sales for these digital products, both for my own digital products, but also for my clients. So it works, okay? And that is the main thing before going into service delivery, is that you hopefully can understand and see how powerful this thing is, okay? So keep in mind, before diving into service delivery, the main thing that we just want to focus on and the main problem that we solve is the fact that these coaching businesses don't have enough quality leads, people that they can sell to, okay? So let's dive into service delivery. All right, service delivery. In my opinion, just like the niche, there's a few criteria in place for a great service delivery. It must be scalable, predictable, and valuable, okay? So one by one, scalable. This means that either the service that you deliver is a one-time setup that can then outlive you and run on its own, or it is something that you can outsource so that you don't have to worry too much about it. Because if you have a service where you have to be in it all the time to check on it, do it over and over again, you can't really have that many clients. So either one-time setup fee or it can be outsourced, okay? Predictable. This means that it's not luck that we hit our goal and make our client happy. Like, we know for a fact that it's going to happen. So that is very, very important, because a lot of agencies, they promise something, but they're not 100% sure if they can actually deliver upon their promise. And then most of the time they can't deliver on the promise, and then the client offboards them. Then they say, hey, you didn't keep your promise, we can't work together. So that should never happen, okay? And then of course, it must be valuable. It doesn't really matter what we do, but as long as it removes and solves a key problem for our client, then it makes us as an agency irreplaceable. The client before us had a problem, we come in and solve it. This means if we continue to solve this problem, then the client will never have to get rid of us, because we're a very important asset, okay? And again, lack of quality leads and meetings is the main problem for these coaches and consultants. So let's go into the different services and the service that I want you to run. So the cool thing is that most of these coaches sell something high ticket, right? They sell one-on-one coaching, masterminds, courses, something typically with the price point of $500 and all the way up to $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, right? So because of the higher price point, it's not you buying a t-shirt, seeing an ad, cool t-shirt, buy it, $50, easy. We have to understand, we have to build a customer journey, right? We have to take a stranger that have no idea who this client is or this coach, and then we have to turn them into a customer. And if you have to spend a lot of money on someone, the key thing, just like an outreach, is trust. So how can we build a customer journey where people go from a stranger to a customer? That is the entire goal with our system here, okay? So first of all, we want to build the client a landing page and an email flow. It's a one-time setup. It lives forever and it collects customer data. Here's my own landing page. I have a cool video that people can watch on how to start their own agency. In order to get that video, they have to sign up and give me their email and phone number. Then they get the video in return. Then the people that sign up will get a lot of emails from me with social proof, value, these kind of things, in order to hopefully invest into the mentorship, right? So this thing right here, it is something that you can build once and it lives forever. You can create this landing page once, and then you can put it in your client's bio, and every time people click on it, they can watch the video, and it's automated, right? Very important. And then we have short form content, which means that now we can hire an editor, and then we can keep 75% of the profit. And what short form content is really, really good for is nurture and also traffic. So this basically means that we'll get to this in a point, but we will run ads to the Instagram page or the landing page here, And on our Instagram, we want to nurture and build trust and a connection with our audience. And that is why we will do all of these short form videos together with our client so that they can build their own personal brand and showcase them as an expert. That is very important. And when this service is that we script, edit, and manage the organic part of the client's business. And the cool thing is we can outsource it and still keep profit because we'll just find an editor that can do it a lot cheaper for what we charge, and then we just go with it, okay? Next thing is, of course, paid ads. Remember what I said about predictable traffic. If we don't have any paid ads, we don't know how well the content will perform. We don't know if we will go viral. There's not a guarantee to go viral. And just by you posting a landing page, it's not guaranteed that people will click on it and see it. So that is why we want to run paid ads. So a creative, a picture or a video that we push with money. So like, hey people, see this, right? Because the cool thing is that when a coach sells a expensive product, we have a lot of room to wiggle with here. A $5,000 product, you can push a lot of ads and you can spend a lot of money to acquire one customer because the product is so expensive, right? So here's an ad that we run, for example. If people see this video, then they'll end up on the cool video here on the landing page. So now we have a system, right? We have X amount of dollars into ads, X amount of people follow us on Instagram or sees the video, and X amount of people turn into a meeting or a client. That is the system that we want to build. And this is exactly what it looks like. Let me zoom in a bit so you can actually see it here. Because what we've done here is that we've just built the customer journey now, right? So we show this video to a stranger. The stranger gets interested because the video or the copy, the text, was well made. They are like, oh, who is this guy? I also want to run and scale my own online business. Then they either see the short form content or they see the training video. They become very, very interested in learning more, right? This sounds cool. This is some good content. This was a good video. I would like to get on a meeting with this guy to learn more about his service. Just like for our clients, right? What they needed was quality leads and meetings for their coaching business. So that is exactly what we'll do. It works wonders, right? And then to learn more or to buy the service, they have to get on a meeting, which then either the client or a salesperson will handle. That is none of your concern because you as an agency will just promise quality leads or meetings, okay? So super simple. It's just these three things: paid ads, content, and the VSL and a landing page. Then you're good to go, literally. It's super cool. And that is basically it for the service delivery. Next thing is client acquisition and outreach, okay? So yeah, let's get back to main camera, okay? And that is basically it, right? A great service like this, it should just run on autopilot. It should just be an acquisition system that just solves your client's main problem in a predictable way without you having it to be a headache, right? Paid ads is a one-time setup. The short form content can be outsourced to an editor, and the VSL on the landing page can be built once, and then it will live forever, okay? And the main thing is just that you understand this service, because now in a second we will dive into finding leads and then of course contacting clients and acquiring them and getting them on meetings and these things. But if you don't understand how valuable your service is, it's kind of hard to sell it, right? Because how can you sell something to someone if you don't fully believe in it yourself? So please, I know that it is hard for you to understand something that you've just got explained in 5 or 6 minutes. But please understand that this is the acquisition system that I use. This is the acquisition system and service that 150 of my students used to sign their first paying client, and that is the service that they delivered for them. So if that is not enough proof, then just trust me on this one, okay? Because when you get your first client and you see it at work, then there's no way back. Then you easily sign the next 10 clients. I promise you, because it's like conviction. You see it work and then you're like, holy, this is valuable for businesses. They pay a lot of money for this. Now go out and find 10 more clients. If you could sign 1, you can sign 10, okay? But let's dive into leads, outreach, and how to get going. All right, client acquisition, outreach, finding leads, all of these things. It's the next step, because now we have our foundation, we have the niche of digital products, coaches that we help, and we understand the service delivery, okay? So now we can actually start to look for potential clients, which is the exciting part. This is a very, very simplified process, but it's just like finding a potential lead which is a potential client, reach out to them, build trust by either giving them some sort of value to showcase that you know what you're talking about, or highlight a problem within their business. How come you're not doing content? How come you have a link tree with 10 different links instead of just one really good landing page? How come you're not doing anything with email? How come you're not doing all of these things? So you can highlight a problem, or you can give them some sort of value, let them know what you would do, or if they've considered to do so. And if they found value in you, they trust you based on your good looking Instagram, your knowledge and the things that you can help with, they will of course jump on a meeting with you, which is the goal. So we'll go back to Instagram. I'll just show you the process that I use to find leads on Instagram, but also understand that it's hard to build major trust with a person through messages, right? So what you want to do is that you want to aim for an approval for you to send over more information through a video like the one that I'm recording here, right? So have your video on, make sure that you explain based on their foundations what you can help them with. Be genuine, be good at explaining the things that you can do, and then they will always jump on a call with you. We have to understand that if coaches knew exactly how to scale online, they would have done it, but they simply don't, okay? Selfie videos works great to break the ice. Focus on quality, follow-ups, and volume, and focus on selling the meeting, because we have to understand that these coaches will have to spend 30 minutes with you on a call. So we have to make sure that they understand that it's very valuable to spend time with you, because they can actually learn something from the call, okay? So here's exactly how you can go about in finding leads. What I did is that I just searched up a specific coach. For example, this guy, I found him by searching up dating coach, and then he popped up as one of the first ones. So he's probably a market leader. He has extremely good engagement. He clearly knows what he's doing. This guy, he knows what's up, okay? We don't really need to help this guy because he's really good at what he's doing. But what you can do is that you can click this little thing right here, which is suggested accounts, and then Instagram will show you people that is similar. For example, Elijah here. Let's see what he got. So what I do here is that I just look at followers. If they don't have like too crazy amount of followers, then I'll reach out to them. So as you can see, that guy had 90K. Let's see him. I just keep my mouse. 3,000 followers. Let's open up that guy. And then what you can do is that you can just like find people similar to him. So for example, right here we found this guy. 11,000 followers. He's training as sales teams. Maybe not the perfect fit. This guy is a sales consultant, which is pretty cool. Like maybe we can help him scale his coaching business, right? But it just goes to show that you can just find infinite leads by just putting in some sort of keyword together with coach. And then all of these people have something to do with financing. Coaches, these kind of things. Retired finance coach, helping nurses save more, that is cool. Only she doesn't do anything with content, she's a good fit. So yeah, you can literally just, again, go into her, and then you can find infinite accounts here. As you can see, practitioner, mentor, that's good. Retreats, career coach, startup, mentor coach, and then you can just keep on going, right? And suddenly you stumble upon the perfect profile, and then you can just infinite leads, okay? You can just keep this loop going. So that is how I would use Instagram to find leads. And that is it, right? For leads and acquisition, nothing too crazy. Find a lead where you feel like, oh, they have something that I can help them with based on the service delivery. You know how to run ads, landing page, content, and then you just reach out to them, right? Focus on selling the meeting, providing some value, highlighting some problems within their business. And then we, of course, dive into the next process, which is the sales process. Because now people have found the value in you. They like the service that you pitched. They found you as a person interesting, and they want to learn more. So we invite these people for a meeting. And what we want to do is that we don't want to sell them anything on the first meeting, because we don't really have enough information about their business yet to make them a really good offer, right? So what we want to do is that we want to split up the sales process into a 2-call close, which means that we'll be doing a discovery call and then we'll be doing a sales call. On the discovery call, we want to learn as much as possible about this prospect. We want to learn about their current revenue, goal revenue, what they're spending a lot of time on in their business, what current bottlenecks they have, what they are doing as of now with social media to get clients, what their pain points are, what they're spending their time on, just like everything, it's like a little mini interview for you to get as much knowledge as possible. Then you want to invite them for a second call. And based on the information that you get on the first call, you tailor them a solution, a price, an offer, and a service that would help them solve their problem and that makes sense with their budget and the things that they see as problems in their business. Then you invite them for a sales call, and then hopefully you close them, because people don't want to buy a product off the shelf. People want to buy something that is tailored for their needs. They feel like you listened to them, you heard their problems, you heard their voice, and then they of course want to invest and work with you because you came well prepared and the solution that you pitched solved their problems, right? So let's dive into the script that all Short Form Society students get access to. Again, if you want this document, send me a message on Instagram and then I'll send it to you, okay? And the 2-call close script is exactly this. It's quite long, as you can see. I'm not going to go over it in crazy detail. I'll just again explain the foundations through it. Remember, 2-call close, right? First a discovery call, then a sales call. So for the discovery call here, do some small talk, blah, 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 just to like break the ice, have some good vibes, make the prospect laugh. That is always a good note. Then you want to set the intention with the call. Hey, we're just here for me to learn more about your business. If it makes sense in the end, I'll invite you for a second call if I have the feeling that I can help you. Of course we can help them, right? Information gathering. So why are they on the call? Current situation. Emphasize the difference of where they are now and where you can take them. And what is their main problems in their business and these things. The questions I just mentioned right before, right? So just learn everything about their business. Then you want to summarize everything and give them some feedback on the things that you learned about their business. Okay, so you're currently doing $5,000 a month, but you want to get to 20K. You don't really use social media. Your business is built upon referrals and network. Is this correct, right? So just like briefly summarize the things that you talked about. Then you want to invite them for a second call. In the meantime, you prepare a presentation, you prepare a tailored pitch, and now it's the beginning of call 2, right? So summarize the first call. Then you want to go into the pitch. So this is what we can do for you, right? We're going to do X, Y, Z. This is the services that we will delivering. This is what we expect of outcome, all of these things. Then you want to make them the offer. So this is what we'll do, blah, 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 blah. Get some commitment from them, which is basically just like, hey, do you feel confident in this? Do you feel like I can help you? Can you see how this will benefit your business? Then you drop the price. You don't say a word. If they have objections, you can go through this. I need to think about it, say this. I need to talk to my business partner, say that, right? So just go through this entire document, then you should be good when it comes to sales, right? But the main thing is just that if you understand how valuable the service is, it's a lot easier for you to sell something, okay? Because that is really just it. The main thing is just if you fully understand the value that you can bring to the table, then it's good, right? And you of course close the client now because you're a beast at sales and you followed the sales script. And then the main next thing now is just that you onboard the client into your business, okay? So because the client says yes, they wanted to work with you, you take care of the payment, the contract, and these boring things. And payment is of course not boring, but you then onboard them into the business, right? So you get access to the things that you need to have access to. You build out the content strategy, you prepare the things for the ads, you build the landing page, and then you run it. It sounds very simplified. It takes some time in the beginning, don't worry, but that's just how it is. Make sure to set good intentions and expectations for both the client and you. Make sure that you keep your promises. Make sure that you actually expect something from the client, like, hey, if we send you over these ads ideas, make sure to have them done within 3 or 4 days, right? It's a mutual partnership towards scaling your client's business. So we're all in the same boat here. We all want the exact same thing. So a smooth onboarding process is very important. And then it's of course important that you keep yourself very proactive. You keep sending the client ideas, you stay on top of their business, and you have a good communication flow. So let's dive over to the computer and I'll show you the communication flow that I'll suggest you to kind of use here. So first of all, there's a little onboarding thing here that you can use. It is basically just like mainly for the content side of things, because that is the most heavy part of the service. And then of course, it's all about just reporting back to the client. So follow the onboarding SOP. Reporting back to the clients, just focus on the expectations you set. Be proactive. Send them small messages 3 to 4 times per week. Hey, this reel is going really well, or we're getting a lot of emails signed up now, or whatever it is. This ad is performing particularly well. Then, of course, upsells are very important. So never be satisfied with the great work you do for the client. Always have more and better ideas to like, hey, what if we do this? What if we do that? It will come when you get more experience, okay? And just use the same format every time. If you send a loom every 14 days, make sure it goes over the same things so that the client don't get like too much crazy information all the time. And that is basically it when it comes to onboarding. That is of course like a small part of it. All of the other things is a bit more important, but this is where the work starts. So make sure to deliver a good service so that the client sticks around. Never be too satisfied, and then you should be good, okay? And that is basically it. Everything from onboarding, reporting back to the client, the sales script that we use, client acquisition outreach, what to focus on, how to find the leads, how to get them on a meeting, the service delivery, everything from paid ads, short form content, landing pages and emails, picking your niche, a niche that is scalable, has problems you can solve and has the money to work with you, and of course setting up your Instagram in a nice way so that people will actually want to work with you because they think you're a real human being that they can trust. And that is it. That is how you can start and scale your own digital marketing agency in 2024, which will be the best decision of your life, because running an agency is literally the coolest thing ever. You have no upfront costs. It's just the knowledge that you have, how good you are at communication, a trending that has a proven track record. I use this service every single day. My students does. It works, which also means that it will work for your clients. Simple as that. Okay, so hopefully now you'll have all of the resources that I just went through. Again, send me a message on Instagram, I'll send it to you. Please give me some feedback on this video, and remember, if you don't want to go through all of the struggles yourself, then you can actually just check the description. Every single student that I work with, we guarantee them a revenue of $5,000 a month with their agency within 180 days, or you get your money back. Check out the links below for all the information. Again, DM me to get the cool link, right, the cool doc. And then I just wish you all the best with your agency. Please continue, push hard. It takes time, but it's worth it. It's the coolest thing ever, okay? Give me some feedback below. Remember to subscribe if you want to see more videos like these. And then I just want to say thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.